Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
Cody Rhodes.
I have to finish the story.
LA Knight.
Let me talk to you.
And more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, you know, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of five-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
Oh, man. What a month. What a month and a half. A little inside baseball, just, over the last couple months, doing this show, we've had to reschedule. Yeah. And, I'm grateful, Adam, you could work with my schedule and, the fans who, the pod squad who follow the schedule. And it's all, come out to, everything me and my family are going through with the passing of my aunt, my Aunt Marie, Aunt Marie. It's been a hard month and a half, 2 months. Just makes you realize how fragile life is. Look, I've been through situations before where you just realize how fragile life is. And sometimes it takes, you get used to having a normal life, and then you get, sucker punched by, what happened. What happened. Went to see me and Mrs. Meanie went to see my Aunt Rhea around Christmas, and everything was fine. And, maybe a week and a half later, she's rushed to the hospital. They run tests to find out she had, stage 4 brain and lung cancer.
Jeez.
That was nothing they could do. And my aunt, who she's a woman, she's a lady, but she's also a broad. Total fucking broad, tough. She faced like a fucking warrior. Kept her sense of humor and her, dignity to the end. Last week we were supposed to record, and I was on, the whole family's just been on call, and we got a call last week, and, hey, if you're going to, anybody wants to, see her, come, you should come now. And we rushed there, and thankfully, we sat there for like 8 hours, and, she was still there, still fighting, still watching TV, still making hilarious comments, and just, I guess one of the, the thing is, and sometimes I get, made fun of this or whatever. Just like, if I say goodbye to somebody, the last thing I have to say, when I leave the house, I got to shake the hand and walk away, or, give them a hug, give them a kiss, say I love you, and walk away. Because that's the last words I want spoken to.
Yeah.
My loved ones. That's the last word, I love you. And I do the Irish exit. And, we were leaving the hospital last Friday after the false alarm. I was like, I love you, Aunt Ray. And she mustered up the energy to say, I love you, Brian. And, that's the most important thing. Got the call Monday that she had passed, 2 days after we saw her. And, my heart goes to my cousin, Justin. His name's Tommy, but he changed his name to Justin. And I still call him fucking Tommy. He's going through a lot, and my family's going through a lot. She was, it sucks that, you don't get to see people unless a tragedy happens. And we're at the hospital Friday, and I saw my cousin. I'm started seeing cousins I hadn't seen since the 90s fucking popping up. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And we're just saying around, and we're like, she's our last lineage to our grandmom, my nan.
Yeah.
She was the keeper of the history. She was the, if I sit here and go, oh shit, what was that thing? I could call Aunt Ray and go, hey, what was that? And she would have a story, and she, she was, the keeper of the, not only the parents, but, the grandparents that came before us. Like, shit, I never knew my dad, but, she told me how much better off I was not knowing him. Mm. And, I consider my grandfather my father because he raised me like a man. But, she was the constant, Every year on my birthday, she'd call me and sing happy birthday to me. And, you could hear my grandmom's voice in her voice, and you can, we all had the fucking eyebrows. We have our grandmom's eyebrows. But, she was funny. She was witty, sarcastic. Tell my cousins, oh, if there's a male nurse out there, send them in when I'm changing. Just kind of shit. All right, Harry.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Uncle Frankie's gone. Yeah. But she's reunited with my Uncle Frankie and her 3 dogs, Lady, Ginger, and Socks, who were the loves of her life. And the weird thing about life is, like, she was my mom's sister. I had Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Judy, and they all left the earth in the same order they were born, which is kind of weird,
Yeah.
From oldest to youngest. So, but, family's back together, and she was the last day of adults. And in that one moment of her final breath,
Sorry, man. Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, we went from being the children to being the adults. I think back to an interview I saw with Kevin Von Erich, where he's like, man, I used to be a brother. I'm not even a brother. So now I think back to, me and my cousins were the kids.
Yeah.
Every New Year's we go to my Aunt Peggy's house. Everybody be, having a great time. And we were the kids, and they were the adults at the table, having a couple barley pops and, smoking their cigarettes. And, we were playing in the living room, and now we're the adults in the kitchen, drinking our barley pops. And, we got nieces and nephews. And, it's crazy how fast time flies. But
yeah,
I'll do what I've always done for, my mom, my grandmom, and my grandfather. And all you could do is carry their torch forward. And
you're good, man. You're good.
Just let people know how special they were. So, again, my family got, we lost a good one. And, it won't really hit me till the funeral, but until then, I'm just going to do the best I can do. When my Aunt Judy died, I kind of had to be there for my grandmama, be the man in the house.
Yeah.
When my grandfather died, I had to kind of be the man in the house and be stoic. Then when my grandmother died, I had to be the man in the house and put on the brave face. And then, I've always, and then when my mom died, I had to be the man in the house and be, brave face for my sister. And now it's just us kids. And it's like, you don't know how to, never really truly get a chance to grieve,
Yeah.
It's usually saved for the car rides or, when you think nobody's looking, but that's just a side road I went down. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine, man. I know what you're talking about, though. It's at those moments you're just sitting in a car on a random Tuesday in the afternoon, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks, man.
Yeah,
I get it. I've been there.
That's where I get out most of my frustrations and self-loathing, and
it's the Philly in us, man. We got to do so. We got to let it out somewhere. What better place for it than the car?
Yeah, but my appreciation to everybody who's reached out, who my appreciation to my family who sat by her bedside. She got moved. the thing that's you get moved around. I think that just does as much damage as the fucking thing they're going through. She got moved around a few times, and me and my cousins were always there to make sure she wasn't alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. When my mom was sick, we were all there, put the radio on, let her listen to her favorite music so she's not listening to fucking machinery,
Yeah.
And my cousins, there's 13 of us,
Wow.
Somebody was on guard, on watch by her side, with the family chat and just, keeping the family updated. So I appreciate my family. I appreciate my cousins. I appreciate the people who have reached out privately and online about her passing. And doesn't feel real. It won't feel real until, the funeral. Unfortunately, we have to break it down to over 2 days. But it's going to be it's going to be not just days, but days, weeks, months, and years, So if you got a loved one out there, let them know you love them, Yeah. And I'm grateful to the fact that I got to, my last words were to her, I loved her and she loved me. So, rest in peace, Aunt Ray. I love you. One of my best friends,
I appreciate you sharing all that with us, man. Happy to, like I said all the time, man, family first. And
oh yeah,
I'm
grateful to you too for working with me through this. And
of course, man.
Keeping it a secret. I was trying to, not to say anything, out of respect to my cousin. It's his mom, and I don't want to say much, but and he's facing issues now with the life insurance company, and I'm trying to help him raise money.
Yeah,
for that. And even in that, I was like, before I was like, when my mom died, somebody did a GoFundMe for my mom, to help raise money. And I said, look, I'm going to try to help you the best I can with this GoFundMe. What am I allowed to say? And because, sometimes the best therapy is just talking about, some people keep shit bottled up inside. Sometimes the best medicine is just talking about it. And I've wanted to talk about this, for a while, but out of respect to my cousin, I don't want to spill his beans. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you don't want to be
I kept you abreast on what was going on with me, and
of course.
I appreciate you keeping the kayfabe and stuff like that. So, but I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No. I did. I tend to do that to you a lot, and I apologize. I got to get better about it. But
trust me, folks, we'll start talking about shit in a little bit.
Full disclosure, like I said, I definitely would never release anybody's stuff like that. That stuff is always, we keep it private. And full disclosure, like last week, for the first time ever, we almost pulled the trigger and gave you a best of. It was like, hey, we're on call. I put something together. It's just, you're going to hear me ramble for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to give you the best of the show, just because I wanted to make sure that you were accommodated and that like everything was good. So, I'm me and Courtney and the whole family here, man, our condolences to you and
I appreciate
Tracy
that.
and your whole family right now. So, obviously if you need anything, you know where to find me. So, thank you to everybody who's jumped in here as well, with all of your condolences. Jesse Brown, I'm going to get back to this first comment in a second here, sir. Jesse Brown, you're my thoughts and heart through this time you're going through. Machete Von Kill, sending love condolences.
Thank you.
Greg Jacobson, super big hugs to you, Meanie, sir.
Appreciate that, man.
Shackelford's here. Andrew Bailey, we appreciate you, sir. Let me see. What else here we got? Oh, Ike Ikerson, which I think I know who this is. Hey, Blue and Goob, just stop by to say howdy. My condolences seem appropriate in this moment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Machete says they live on through you guys. Big hugs. Meanie, that's right, they do. And Jesse's here saying, man, car rides are the best when you got to get it off your mind. Yo, man, I'm telling you, it's the best shit in the world.
Well, the great thing about technology now is you can talk to yourself out loud and people just think you're on the phone.
I was just going to say that, man. You're just fucking talking shit to yourself, and it's like, oh, everybody thinks, oh, he must be talking to somebody.
Oh, he's giving somebody the fucking business. Yeah, me. Back in the day, before, the earbuds, you put in the phone, you see somebody out there just talking and you're like, oh man, that guy's talking to himself. Oh no, he's just on the phone. And now with shit you could do through Bluetooth in cars and, talk with a speakerphone, you could just fucking go at it and people just think you're on the phone. So yeah, car rides are the best, man. Best stress relief.
It really is. It's that's my favorite thing in the world, man. But my other favorite thing in the world here, not sure how to transition, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
We haven't.
I'm sure I didn't, there's no gentle way to transition, but if anybody can do it, it's you, sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. We have officially a new Pod Squad member.
Oh.
Jesse Brown. What's up, Blue and Goob? New official Pod Squad member. So we're going to give you a yo cuz.
Yo cuz.
We're going to give you a fart. And we're going to give you a pierce.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
And I got one but it needs a little bit tightening up. This one.
The Blue Meanie.
There we go.
Meanie. Welcome to the team, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining the Pod Squad.
We need all the help we can get.
I will get. Make sure if I think all your information's on our Patreon. If not, DM me on Twitter, and I'll make sure I get you out your membership card quickly, sir. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget, y'all. Tiers start at just $10 a month. So if you go above my head there at patreon.com/mindofthemeanie, you can sign up today and join the Pod Squad. Lots of cool stuff coming to you. Got to get through WrestleMania season. We're going to roll some shit out, and we're going to have a good time. So thank you, sir. We appreciate you being here. Looks like we got a full chat here tonight, good sir. We have
Never disappoints.
We have Andrew Bailey Shackelford's here. Hey now.
Shackelford.
Travis, what up, man? Hey now. Jesse, yeah, man. Nice to meet everybody, man. It's going to be and you're going to meet a lot of people here, and it's a lot of fun, man. We have a really tight-knit group here, and it's always my favorite Friday night adventure here. So who else we got going on? Oh, Mr. Matty Jazz Cabbage is here. Good afternoon or good morning or whatever time it is where you're at right now in outer space. Andromeda, because you're probably stoned. We appreciate you coming by, good sir. Andrew Bailey says, woo, woo, welcome to the podcast squad. Yes, sir. I will chat with Meanie on Saturday. If there's anyone else I'd want to sub to, it's y'all. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Appreciate that, my friend.
We literally could not do this show without y'all. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. Every single dollar goes back into the show every single month, and we appreciate y'all. So thank you very much. And Meanie, I want to start at the top here.
Yes, dear.
And I wanted to ask you real fast, not your favorite question, but another question. I saw recently that WWE or Double E dropped the WCW Vault on YouTube. And so I want to get your thoughts on that, but I also heard from a birdie that there's an ECW Vault coming. So I want to get the page already exists apparently. It's out there on Al Gore's internet. So I want to first get your thoughts on the WCW Vault. Let's start there.
Dude, it's great. Especially the stuff I never really got to see because, when I was in ECW, I got to watch both shows, WWE and WCW. And then the 2 years I was with WWF, I really never got the chance to watch, the Nitros and stuff like that during the Monday Night Wars. You would hear stuff.
Yeah. Or
occasionally, if you're on the road, you stop someplace, go to a hotel, you could catch the Nitro replay. But a lot of stuff I've seen is in retrospect. So the fact that they're dedicating a YouTube channel is a smart move on their part. You know why? YouTube, it doesn't cost you anything to post there.
No.
You're posting it for free, and you can monetize the content. And to me, this is like an early warning shot, kind of, that, who knows what's going to happen with their Peacock deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Once that expires, that's supposedly winding up soon. So not knowing if it's going to renew or they're going to let it lapse. Are they going to be exclusively on Netflix around the world?
Yeah.
Who knows? I think Netflix does the pay-per-views in other parts of the world that not United States, but I could be wrong. But it's a brilliant move.
Yeah,
it's low risk, high reward. You're not paying to host it anywhere, and you get to monetize it, and that's stuff that's readily available anytime. So it's amazing. I want to see what the ECW stuff they put out there.
Well, that's the question I'm curious about, because they have a lot of good shit on the WCW Vault, which is like, it's
now, real quick before I forget.
Yeah.
Hold your thought.
Okay.
I wonder if like the stuff they've put up of ECW that's on the WWF one gets transferred to the if the ECW YouTube channel's Vault's being made. I wonder if they're going to transfer that over as well.
It's possible. I would imagine they would do that. But especially, again, I guess it's almost like with Netflix, right? Because that was my thought when Raw went to Netflix. It was like, okay, well, I feel like eventually either a significant portion of the, what do they call it? The network or whatever that was, right? Their content, their library is eventually going to go to Netflix in some capacity.
Yeah.
But there's so much of it that it's like, what do you do with all this content, right? And I feel like there's a significant more amount of people who are watching on YouTube than all these other, streaming services or whatever. So for me, it makes sense to put that content on YouTube, especially for people maybe like, so for example, my buddy Rob that I work with at my shoot job, we were talking about, of all people, we were talking about New Jack today. And we were talking, we trade rap music and stuff, and we're always talking rap at work. And I sent him Natural Born Killers, and I sent him a photo of New Jack, and I was like, you're a real one if you know who this is. And he was like, I recognize him, but I don't know who it is. So I went through, I was like, I work with Blue Meanie, and so, New Jack, and they're the ECW guys. And I sent him a video that's just on YouTube of New Jack and Balls Mahoney. And it's like, looks like you pulled it from a videotape, right? They probably have the crystal clear versions of all those matches, right? Like from the cameras themselves. I think it's a much better use of the content to put it up and let people discover it again, right?
Right.
So I think that's probably the thought process, right? Because you figure they have Bash at the Beach 96 on there when Hogan turned heel. They have the Hogan and Goldberg match when Goldberg wins the title. They have Luger, I think the Luger match when he won the title. So I think it's a really good use of that that content. What would you, Adam from Downingtown wants to know.
Yeah, of course.
What would you like to see if you were putting together your own ECW Vault channel? What matches would you want to see on there?
Oh man. Oh, I mean, there's so much of the early stuff that kind of like helped launch, or it's, when you think about ECW, their first big match to help draw over 1,000 people. The night the line was crossed. Sabu versus Terry Funk versus Shane Douglas in the first ever 3-way dance. I think our early matches like the double dog collar match, Raven and Steve Richards versus the Pitbulls, which the pop for that match is still one of the top pops in that building ever. It's right up there with when Sandman returned from WCW. You think of the top pops of that building. One of the early, first early huge pops was Pitbull's versus Stevie and Raven double dog collar. But as far as that channel, I wish there was a way they could still, if they're going to go to YouTube, because I have friends who are in the music business, right? And they say if you do a cover of a song, on Spotify, you do a cover of a song and you upload it to Spotify, they'll play the music, but they'll give like a portion of the streaming rights to the original artist.
I see.
Like say, my buddy Bert, has a band. He does a cover of, say, Alice in Chains, and he uploads it to Spotify, and then Spotify gives Alice in Chains a portion of that stream. I wish they could do the original audio from those early ECW shows and somehow figure out a way to give a royalty, like if they're using like an Alice in Chains song on a ECW video, to give them like drop on a dime. But that's the one thing that's always kept me from watching stuff on the network or on Peacock But there is a secret society out there of folks who are taking the newly minted clear footage and overdubbing the original audio, which they're doing the Lord's work. Man, there's a lot of stuff, man. There, I love to see on there. I really would like to go back and watch ECW chronologically.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff on there I haven't watched since I've done it, or been a part of it. Yeah. So, there's so much.
I feel like, and I'm just thinking off the top of my head too, like even the very beginning of ECW, right? When Shane Douglas throws that title down and they started, I mean, that's a huge moment as well, right?
I was still like early ECW, kind of rough to watch, fun to watch, but a little like the Eddie Gilbert years. And this is not a slight on Eddie Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert's still one of the best minds in the business, but from all accounts that, when he was booking ECW, it was kind of just like, this was just his payday for the moment, kind of thing. So not every idea was a home run,
right?
But, dude, if they, see, this is what happens when I just start bullshitting.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
Dude, the Eddie Gilbert, Terry Funk dog collar match from ECW. I forget what year it was. It might have been 94. I missed that show. My bad. I'm lying. That match was phenomenal. Eddie Gilbert, Terry Funk dog collar match. But, you get, 93, 94, Paul, takes over the booking. Right around 94 is when they, when you starting to push a snowball up a hill to go over. So, starts forming into a bigger snowball.
Yeah.
94 is right when they're pushing it over the hill and the momentum makes it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, Shane Douglas, throwing down the NWA World Title belt. One of the first, one of the first gauntlets dropped down to the wrestling industry because they had been a part of the NWA and they broke away from the NWA. And, poor Dennis Corluzzo, who I love dearly, was, ringside and got screwed over in that whole thing, but it still was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And, if they could do they do playlists on there. It'd be cool if they did like ECW playlists, Ravens, the Raven Tommy Dreamer feud, the Raven Sandman feud, just chronologically and just put it on there, man. There's so many different things you could do,
Yeah.
I would have to sit there and put pen to paper, like I'm some kind of old school guy or whatever. I was trying to think of something witty, but my brains are just scrambled this week. If I could just put pen to paper and just write it out a list. There's so many good ideas, so many things they could do.
Yeah, I'm thinking too. I really want to see like the crystal clear footage of Jerry Lawler and Jim Cornette showing up in ECW. Because that pop, I know we talked about it before, but that shit was fucking crazy, bro.
The building vibrated. Being in if you were backstage at an ECW show and, our version of the gorilla position, we had a monitor there, right there's the curtain and there was a monitor and a bunch of chairs and we're all just watching. There was nothing separating us and the crowd, but just a curtain.
Yeah.
So, if something big happens, you just feel it just shooting through. And when, the lights went out and then Lawler shows up, holy shit. And then the next month, Lawler shows up and then Cornette shows up.
Just crazy.
Bedlam.
Yeah.
Bedlam. Just pure bedlam, Another one of those huge pops, in that building's history, And that just shows, Paul was willing to work with anybody, Any good promoter, no matter the differences, willing to work with somebody, everybody, the heat between Cornette and Heyman are no secret. I'm sure they've made amends,
I would imagine so, yeah.
There's a photo famously of them backstage at Ohio Valley Wrestling and just having a laugh, But yeah, just the fact that the people you would never think would be in ECW showed up, was fantastic. Another match, talk about pops, Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson showing up in ECW and, having a brawl with Sabu and Terry Funk. And then next month they have Arn Anderson and Terry Funk for Sabu and Bobby Eaton, which
crazy.
Another, duo you never thought you would see in ECW.
Yeah.
Brian Pillman, before he showed up as the Loose Cannon, had a match in ECW. It was supposed to be the Hollywood Blondes, but Steve Austin had been injured. But he came, Brian Pillman came out in this full Hollywood Blondes garb, doing the movie camera gimmick, and had a match in ECW prior to the Loose Cannon gimmick. There's they could do a playlist of people you didn't know were in ECW. Gangrel being in ECW as Vampire Warrior.
That's crazy.
Steiner Brothers having a run in ECW for a little bit there. And me being one of the biggest Steiner Brothers fans in the 90s.
Yeah.
Just to get to see him in that intimate of an atmosphere was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man. Tell me, y'all, drop it in the chat. What do y'all want to see on the ECW Vault or even the WCW Vault? Tell us what you're thinking here, y'all. And don't forget to start dropping your Ask Meanie questions in the chat here. We have one or two here in the chat already. What else is going on, man? What else is going on in the world of the mind and the meanie, man?
Oh, man, just, it's besides the obvious. I'm still in Super Bowl glory, of course, the Eagles, won the Super Bowl, and now we're in the postmortem of, now we're in the free agency, and we've lost a whole bunch of good players. We lost Josh Sweat, we lost Melt Williams. We signed a couple guys who are on low risk, high reward deals, 1 year deals to come in. But I truly believe in our GM, Howie Roseman, as far as, drafting some new guys. And a lot of our positions of need, this, upcoming draft is heavy on, the defense, which is, our offense is fine. I'm not worried about our of all. There's a couple places on the defense. We lost Darius Slay, we lost Isaiah Rodgers. There's going to be some rushers and stuff like that in this draft. Defensive players that I'd like to see. I trust in Howie. I'm not going to lie because I really don't follow college football. But, from my friends who do have informed me that, this year's draft is, there's an amount of, an abundance of Richmonds that, the Eagles going to, draft this year. So, that's where I'm at right now. I'm still in sports mode. Phillies are in spring training, getting ready for that.
I was going to say that's coming up pretty soon, isn't it? That's going to start soon, right?
Yeah, I've been watching some preseason Phillies.
Okay.
Spring training Phillies, I should say. Preseason's football. Me and Miss Me are making another trip to Ireland.
Nice.
In a few weeks, celebrating our 1-year wedding anniversary. Camp. That's another thing, dude. It's like we got married, WrestleMania weekend. Now it's, we got married 4424. Nice. They were like, oh, that's got to get a ring to a 4424. We're always looking for an excuse to travel. So we're like, let's go back to Ireland. She's great at finding deals. So we're going to go over there and celebrate our 1-year anniversary over in Ireland.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. But just that, man. Just getting ready for that. I'm happy. I hate when the clocks go forward, but I love the effects of it. I love that the sun's out until like 8:00.
Oh yeah, that shook the fucking seasonal depression right off of my body. Like, oh my god, dude,
it's the worst. I know.
Man.
I beat that horse to death about, how I hate January 2nd through the end of March, but
but it's true though. Like, it sucks. It's literally the worst time of year. It's awful. And it never gets better. It never gets more fun. I'm exhausted all the time. It's dark and I feel like I'm in a shitty mood. And now that the daylight savings time is back, I'm like, oh, this is fucking fantastic. I love it. Outside, had the windows down on the ride home. It's great, man.
Yeah, before I came up to do the show, I'm sitting in the living room and the door's open. I'm blowing the stank out. It's fucking great. Fucking great.
It's good to be alive, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be healthy, getting better, y'all. Thank you all as well for reaching out about what's been going on. I appreciate it. I'm almost back completely, I think. I don't know. Hopefully I'll be good to go there. Got another appointment this week, so I'm hoping, like I said, I'm going to hopefully get better. But Machete Von Kill says it hit 70 degrees today up here. It was insane and tremendous. Amazing. Lucky you. I wish it was 70 here. So let's see. You know what, Meanie? Let's do
dude, this winter is sorry.
Go ahead.
This winter has been so bad that like 50 degrees feels like fucking Speedo weather, bro.
It does. Yeah.
It's like it might have been 60 degrees here, and I was just like, oh, this is beautiful. This is great. It's porridge. It's just right.
I'm very excited, man. And I've never been a Wildwood guy. I know, like, that's probably Philly, like you should go to Wildwood, but like, I don't know. I was never a Wildwood kid growing up. And we took the kids 2 summers ago. We did like a day trip and we fucking loved it. It was like, this is amazing. Like, I don't know what I was what I was thinking. Like, this is so much fun. And then we spent a whole week down there last week. So now we're planning again to do another vacation. And I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to turn off my fucking laptop, turn off my phone, be away off the grid, Just fucking love that shit, man. Can't wait to be out in the sun. And unfortunately, I have the complexity of Powder, that movie from the 90s. So I'm basically translucent. So I got to cover up. But man, I can't fucking wait for the summer, dude. Windows open in here and a fucking air blowing, dude. It's gonna be great.
Oh, dude, it's great. And we got a couple road trips coming up. I'm doing a convention in Indianapolis, Indiana, end of April. And I prefer to just drive this certain things, and that's like about 12-hour drive, Philly to Indianapolis, Indiana. And me and Mrs. Me are going to make the drive out for Square Circle Expo out there in Indianapolis, Indiana. And, dude, it's going to be, there's nothing better than a highway and a radio and a good companion. We're at the stage where we can sit there next to each other for a couple hours, not say anything, but be in complete ease.
Yeah.
Of, oh my God, why should not talk? Oh, why am I not? Should I say something? Should I say something stupid? But we're at that thing where we did just sit there and just not say anything and be happy. And that's a trip I'm looking forward to. Anytime I drive out towards Ohio area, I always try to figure in a quick pit stop for, Lima, where I trained to become a professional wrestler. Because, there's a great burger spot out there called Cupie.
Yep.
The original Cupie that I go to, which was around the corner from school, is designated as a historical landmark there. I don't know if it's just the state or the city, but it's got that little placard outside. But if you're a fan of Wendy's, like essentially Cupie's is the original Wendy's. Wendy's just basically took the whole Cupie menu and just went national with it, because Dave Thomas, growing up in Ohio, used to go to a Cupie as a kid and loved their food so much that he took it national. So if you want a Frosty, they got their own for Frosties. They got their own chili. They got all that stuff. Awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that trip.
Yeah.
Coming up at the end of April, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
it'll be a good time. Got a lot of things in the work. Still talking to the guys from Ultra Pro Wrestling, the video game.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon, right?
It's getting close to the finish line. I just talked to Sam, who is the brains behind the game, and he told me where they're at, and I'm excited. Here's the thing: a lot of people got to realize, because I feel bad, because like they'll post something and people in the comments are like, "When's the game coming out? When's the game coming out? When's the game coming out?"
Oy.
And these people got to realize, it's not like this is a big national video game company. This is an independent video company with a small crew, and they're working their asses off for this video game, and I'm so excited to see the finished project. I believe in this game so much that I've tried to help them, help put them in touch with some of the talents that are in the game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun, man. If you love the old THQ games, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW Revenge, it's going to be in the vein of those games, but just way better graphics,
Nice.
So,
nice.
But they're going to have a video coming out soon, an update video, and like I said, they're a small company. Their whole office got wiped out by everybody's been sick.
Man.
I've been sick. I'm pretty sure Mrs. Meanie was sick too. But everybody I know had something, and their whole office got wiped out for a little while. So things, got delayed. But, go to Ultra Pro Wrestling. I know it's going to be in my ad read later, but, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game and look for some updates.
One, if I may, sir, quick question for you.
What would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something. Dude,
what regular air smells like.
Yeah, of course.
Don't forget to tweet your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the show. Sorry, I apologize, sir. I didn't mean to have Pierce Hawthorne interrupt you there. What's up?
No, before I came up, I reached down into a case of water to bring some waters up for the, in case I get parched during, talking. And I bent over to pick up the waters, and I let out the the most grandfatherly fart you can imagine. And it just sound like marbles in the bathtub. I startled myself. When you played that Ask Me Anything with the fart out there, and I just it just made me think of the fart I let out on the way up here.
I love it, man. I love it.
I'm going on 52, but I'm technically going on 13.
I was going to say, we never age, man. It's just, we're always fart and poop jokes are always going to be funny. It's never going to end.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. You're going to have to deal with me. I'm a tad immature.
What you sipping on tonight, good sir?
I actually remembered. Went to the alley. I got the Bellevue strawberry.
Yeah. Look at that.
Check me out.
I have a sparkling ice orange, my favorite flavor. I was able to get some today from the Giant. So we're going to crack these suckers here in 3, 2, 1. There she is.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Delicious. Pinkies up. Cheers, beers.
Yep.
Ah, so good.
Everybody should enjoy their drink out loud.
That's right.
Sorry if I blow anybody's speakers out with that.
We got a couple good questions here. Yeah, Matty Jazz Cabbage.
Always.
Sound check. Love it.
Yeah.
My mountains on the can are as blue as he himself. That's right, sir. We appreciate you, sir. Cheers, beers. Or cheers, fellas. Greg, thank you so much. Got a couple great questions in here. 3 to be exact today. Dwayne Anglo. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Do you think Collision in Korea's the pay-per-view may be available on Netflix?
The WCW
one, yeah.
Well, I'm sure overseas. Well, I mean, we have everything on the. Well, actually, we have that on, I think Peacock, but it might be on the YouTube channel now. They put up one of the WCW New Japan joint shows recently. I'm thinking that might be the Flair Tatsunami show.
I think so.
But Collision in Korea, I would love to see that on the YouTube, the WCW Vault channel. Netflix, I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, again, it really is going to depend
on the overseas versions, but until, like I said, the Peacock deal runs out and then maybe everything goes to Netflix.
Yeah, I guess that's probably going to be when that all goes over, but we'll see. There it is. It was stuck in my chest and I couldn't get it out. Matty Jazz Cabbage wants to know, it sounds like Sandman was on RVD's podcast recently on One True Sport, by the way. So if you're watching this on One True Sport, I want you to look down here on the left-hand side, and I want you to hit the like button, and then I want you to hit subscribe, and I want you to help our friends out here at One True Sport and be a part of the show here.
Yeah.
Have you ever done mushrooms with the Sandman? Dude, it would be on my bucket list.
I have not. I haven't done mushrooms. Though I hear, as far as beneficial drugs, mushrooms are one of the beneficial drugs along with marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it. I've never done mushrooms with the Sandman, but I have watched the Sandman drop acid. And we are at the Golden Dome in Minocqua, Pennsylvania. And we're standing around, the Sandman standing there like this. for the people, just doing the audio version, he's standing there with his teeth clenched, and he's got something in his teeth. And we're like, "Heck, you all right?" He's like, "I'm on my 5th hit of acid."
Oh my God!
I forget what number it was.
Right.
I'm on my blank hit of acid, and we're like, "Oh shit!" And him, I think New Jack, this is the famous New Jack doing fucking acid story too, because they both thought Sabu's dog was a lizard.
I love it.
New Jack got on the mic and went, "Here, lizard, 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 lizard." And the crowd's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Here, lizard, lizard." Because Sabu, at the time had a wife and had a little dog.
Yeah.
And would run up in the locker room and they're like, "Here," and they thought Sabu's dog was a lizard.
That is hilarious.
New Jack went out on the mic and was, "You lizard, lizard, lizard." It's on one of those fan cams if you can find it.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Machete Von Kill with our last question tonight. Did you guys watch Jon Stewart's use of John Cena's heel turn to explain the current political idiocracy on The Daily Show? Ay caramba.
I've seen the thumbnail. I'll say, it's amazing how many platforms the Cena heel turn has been featured on. Like, I'm on WIP driving, and they brought up, for those outside of Philadelphia, 94 WIP is our local sports talk radio. Maybe one of the first in the country. I don't know.
I think you're right.
But John, Spike Eskin, who famously had a move named after him in Ring of Honor, thanks to Ian Riccaboni. he brought up the Cena heel turn on, WIP. I'm like, what? This is really truly cross boundaries. I have not watched it. I love Jon Stewart, and I love that Jon Stewart is a wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what podcast I was watching. I was watching some interview with him, and he was like in his attic somewhere, and there's like a dry erase board in the background. His kids had been drawing the WrestleMania logo or something on it. And,
that's funny.
dude, I've been a fan of Jon Stewart since, early 90s.
Yeah.
And Jon Stewart did a special with George Carlin, called 40 Years in Comedy as a George Carlin special. And he was the host, and he got to sit there and interview George Carlin.
That's crazy.
Which is awesome. It might be on YouTube, or if you buy I think it's on Amazon, but you might have to pay for it.
Okay.
But I bought the George Carlin box set on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. All My Stuff, right?
Oh, it's got all of his specials on DVD.
That's what I think it's called. I think it's called All My Stuff, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks about that box set is the fucking casing.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
As soon as you buy it, just go buy one of those CD booklets to put all the DVDs in and just use the case as a decoration on the shelf somewhere, because your DVDs will likely get damaged if you keep them in that fucking case. But it comes with a nice poster. It comes with a comedy special that wasn't released.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's what's it called? I like it when people. Nope. Wait, I won't say it. I'm sorry. Won't say it.
George Carlin did a comedy special, recorded a comedy special the night before 9/11, and basically he's like, here's the things I want to see. And everything he said happened the next day.
Yes.
During 9/11. And HBO was like, we can't fucking use this.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say the name of it on here because I don't want it to get flagged on YouTube.
That too. But I like it when a lot of people pause.
Yes.
E upside down exclamation part E.
Uh-huh.
I like it when a lot of people beep.
I like it when a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything he said on that special happened the next day. I mean,
oh my God.
At that point, just buy a fucking lottery ticket.
Seriously, man. Seriously. I'll never forget that. I was like, I remember, during 9/11, it was like it came out after. It was like, oh, yeah, he had this whole special where he, like you said, he basically talked about all this. I can only imagine his face when he was like, oh, fuck. Well, now I can't do anything with this. Like, what do I do with this shit?
Fucking what?
But then I heard some of it, like I think a clip of it. Maybe it was on Sirius XM. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I know I heard some of it. And it was like, man, this is really raw. Like, this is real raw. So,
and to put the button on it, put the bow on this, the first time I ever saw George Carlin was at my Aunt Rhea and Uncle Frankie's house. They lived in Northeast Philly, and, me and my grandparents would go up there for, a couple of days just to hang out. And this was the infancy of HBO.
Yeah.
And Carlin at Carnegie was on. This was back in the day when they would show Carlin at Carnegie a couple of times a day because they were starved for content. And George Carlin basically helped build HBO. He did. Through his early comedy specials. And I was amazed that any adult in that house let me watch that special. But yeah, just fucking George Carlin was the best. Still is the best, but George Carlin and Bill Hicks.
Yeah, Bill Hicks, man. I started listening to him again recently. I was like, my God, these guys were so ahead of their time, man. Just unbelievable.
I got to see Bill Hicks do 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
In person. Every summer. WMMR here in Philadelphia had a morning show called The Morning Zoo. If you're a Howard Stern fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yep.
John DeBella.
I was just going to say the name. Yep.
Yeah, the famous feud between Stern and DeBella.
Yep.
And it's before all, that. But DeBella, would go down there and, they go down there for a week. You'd show up like 5 a.m. The show would start at 6. And one day, Bill Hicks comes out and does 5 minutes. And just getting to sit there and watch Bill Hicks do 5 minutes was fucking amazing.
Crazy, man. That's unbelievable.
I got to see Bill Hicks and I got to see Sam Kinison.
You got to see Sam Kinison?
Yeah.
No
and
shit.
I didn't pay for either one of them.
Wow, man.
Yeah, my buddy Justin, who owns Farpoint Toys in Mays Landing, New Jersey.
Yes.
Who I just talked to him today. I'm going to do his toy show May 24th. They were giving away tickets on the local radio station. He called in and won. And they didn't ask about, what's your age or anything like that. He's like, this is Justin, Justin Daniels. And they're all right. We walk up to it was at the Tropicana, Atlantic City. We went to the box office, handed us tickets, and we went in and listened to Sam Kinison.
That is.
Yeah. It's like we're fucking in 8th grade. We're 8th grade, maybe. It might have been, in between 8th and 9th grade. Wow. So the next time he comes to, Atlantic City, this is Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Next time he comes to Atlantic City, we just fucking walked up there and we just walked in.
That's crazy.
And nobody fucking stopped us. Nobody said, hey, where's your ticket? We walked in and sat in a fucking booth.
Unbelievable.
In the back. And, Sam had this fucking routine where he would play a piano. It led to that song, here's a love song. And he would just go, you fucking, whatever. He's talking about something. He's talking about a woman that broke his heart. And my friend Justin, when he yelled out, Jessica, and, referring to Jessica Hahn, who he had been,
yeah.
He was like, no, she was with a different delegation then, and without missing a beat, he fucking replied to my friend Justin in a heartbeat. It was kind of cool to see.
That is cool. That's cool.
See that in person,
I know I've mentioned this before, but I can't remember exactly when it was. I'd have to go back and see, but he was either playing in Philadelphia or he was playing in Atlantic City. And, or I should say playing, listen, he was doing a stand-up. He was doing the, It's Bad For You, whatever it was. And I had tickets for whatever the local, I can't remember, was it in our area? And I had gotten tickets for the show.
Is Kinison or Carlin?
I'm sorry, this is George Carlin.
Okay.
Because Kinison died in 92, so I think I was probably 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But I'm sure my parents, they weren't paying attention, so I probably watched him then. But anyway, I had tickets to see Carlin, and he died. And I was like, fuck, man. Because I had a couple of opportunities to see him before, and I was like, I'll get to it. And then I didn't. And it was the same thing with Robin Williams. I was getting ready to get tickets for, I think it was the Weapons of Mass Destruction show. And for whatever reason, I don't know, it was before you could buy them online, you had to go to Ticketmaster, whatever it was. And I missed out and I didn't get to see him, right? Fast forward, I don't know, 5 years later, 5, 6, 7 years later. And, Mrs. Goober says to me, we're talking about all the different bands and stuff we've seen. I've seen Linkin Park and a bunch of really cool bands. And we're watching this stand-up, and we're watching the Weapons of Mass Destruction stand-up. And, it was 2010. And Courtney goes, yeah, I've seen this already. It's like, what do you mean you've seen this already? She's like, I went to see this live. It's like, what? Wait, time out. What do you mean you've seen this live? She goes, yeah, I went to see him live. You went to see one of the premier comedians of our time. You've seen him live, and you're just going to drop that knowledge on me now? How was it? And I swear to God, Meanie, she goes, yeah, he was all right. He was all right? What are you talking about? He was probably amazing. She was like, I don't know. He was okay. Oh, my God. This is insane. So, unfortunately, never got to see him do a live show, but that's, that's Courtney, though. She's just if you've ever seen the Goldbergs, Murray Goldberg, the character, he's like, oh, yeah, he just drops knowledge. He's like, oh, yeah, I was in a plane crash once. And everybody just stares at him, right? That's my wife. So, yeah, I saw him once. Yeah, he was all right. Yeah. What? So, but one thing I wanted to mention here, because I see this in the chat here, Jesse Brown, newest Pod Squad member, says, the craziest Carlin fact I know is that he wasn't the voice of Thomas the Tank Engine. He was Mr. Conductor.
Yes.
He was Mr. Conductor on the show. Either before or after Ringo Starr. I can't remember which one. But yes, that is a true fact about him. He did a television children's program. And also, speaking of programs, I want to thank you, good sir, for being here. And I want to thank you all for dropping your questions. I appreciate your time as always. You know what time it is, sir?
Oh, yeah.
It's that time, good sir. where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
Well, first off, before I get to that, thank you everybody for hearing me out. This episode has been very therapeutic, so thank you very much. But if you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twittergram, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you'd like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. If you would like to support Mind of the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com. We start that one more.
You got it. First day with the new mouth, man. It's all good.
Oh, yeah. prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton, who's doing an amazing job over there at MadCatBeardCare.com. If you're a cat lover like myself and you're a bearded fellow like myself, go over there, support them. You want to look good, you want to smell good. He rounds up the cats in his neighborhood, takes them to the vet, and leaves them off better than he found them. So if you're a cat lover like myself, go to MadCatBeardCare.com. My bad. The Ultra Pro Wrestling, which I was just talking about. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters created by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others I don't want to spoil. So for updates, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or UPW Video Game. The figure collections, Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. You get the regular Blue Meanie or the BW Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie. And I'm batting 1,000 tonight. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site, not through the app. The app takes too much money. So if you want to make somebody stay a little bit brighter, a little bit happier, book a little video over there at Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, before I botch anything else, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm not really on Blue Sky. Excuse me. My handle is there, but I don't really use it too much. It's This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal. So go find me there. You can also check out my articles over at Screen Rant, screenrant.com. The official WWE 2K25 review for Screen Rant was written by yours truly. So go and check it out now. It is available at screenrant.com. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and hopefully it'll be a pleasant yeet for everyone very soon. So go and check it out, screenrant.com. Don't forget to go over, if you're in downtown Lawrenceville, on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, please go visit our friends at the 10th Ward Barbershop. Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team are ready to make you look great just in time for WrestleMania season. So go to 10th Ward Barbershop.com. Don't forget to go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa de Meanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie, just like Jesse Brown did, and join the Pod Squad today.
Yes,
Tiers
sir.
start at only just $10 a month. And when you sign up for any paid tier, you get a signed Pod Squad card in blue ink, signed by the blue guy himself. So go and sign up today, patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie, and that maybe it's possible that exact Sharpie, if it hasn't melted in the fart atmosphere he's got going on there. But it's possible. Yeah. YouTube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. If you go subscribe on our channel today, if you're even watching it here, you may be watching it live as well. So you get all of our archive right there at youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. And don't forget to follow all of our socials at Mind of the Meanie everywhere you're online. And don't forget, like I said earlier, follow our friends, subscribe here at One True Sport. Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, the Blue Meanie. You can't get much better than that. And I'll have you know, Meanie, they have a great series of t-shirts for sale right now over at OneTrueSport.com. In fact, I hear of one of the blue guy. So go and check it out. Pick up a shirt today. Support the network. And thank you for hosting us each and every week. We appreciate you, and I appreciate you, Meanie. Thank you, as always, for your time.
You, sir.
Good sir. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind
Blue World Order.
of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.